Hey Diva Dolls, this is Crystal Chanel and I wanted to welcome you to what I'm doing for October. It's my Better Me in 30 Days video. So I did post today on Instagram, basically a before and after picture. I wanted to do a transformational Tuesday picture, and being the 30th of September, I know tomorrow is usually a great starting point to kind of commit to something for a month. So a lot of people showed interest in wanting to participate in what I'm doing. Now, please keep in mind, this is what works for me. This is what I've been doing on and off for a few weeks and months at a time. And I just wanted to share it with you all. So it may work for you, it may not. I'm not a professional, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist. So everything that I'm doing, again, works for me. All the info that I've found, I've kind of went online for the research, talked to people that have lost weight, and also talked to my nutritionist. So that's really a big deal. If you guys have health insurance, if you're working, more than likely you have a nutritionist option too. You just got to call your medical provider or your health insurance, and they'll kind of talk to you about all of that. So I have my phone, I have some notes, I made a whole little outline, and a lot of this stuff that I'm going over, just if you want more details, feel free to email me and I'll put all my contact info on the end of the video. So let's just get started. Basically, what I've been doing and what I plan to do for these next 30 days consists of just better choices. I'm not going to say diet because we all know diets don't work and they're temporary. So what I'm focused on is basically 4 major things. So for me, it would be food. It definitely matters what you're putting in your body more than what it is you're doing with your body, but we'll get to that later. So food, sleep, water, and physical activity. I didn't say exercise because you don't necessarily have to exercise to get your physical activity in. So out of those 4 things, that's pretty much my focus for the next 30 days. And I know that for me, high protein involves 80 grams to 100 grams of protein a day. Now you're wondering, protein. It's stuff you already eat. For me, it's gonna be chicken, it's gonna be salmon, it's gonna be tilapia, turkey meat or ground turkey, things like that, black bean burgers, tuna, chicken salad, and deli meat. So those are my main sources of protein. I'll have other sources like maybe Greek yogurt or almonds, like nuts, things like that. But my main source of protein on all of my meals are going to be one of those things that I already mentioned. So that's going to be it for food. Also, when it comes to my food, it's about low carb. So I know you heard about carbohydrates, really popular diets out there like Atkins, things like that, where they kind of focus on protein and low carbs. It works, and that's why it's been around. So nothing long term. Some people do 50 grams, some people do less than that a day. For me, I'm going to focus around 100, 120 grams. Again, this is what works for me. I spoke to a nutritionist. I've tried several things out. Now that I am at a point where I've lost weight by reducing this stuff before, I kind of have to increase my food to lose more weight. I know it sounds so backwards, and every time I'm told that, I'm just like, doesn't make sense, but it's what I'm going to do. So basically we have for the low carbs around 100 grams or less. For sugar, definitely something that's hidden in lots of foods. You would think, oh, when I add sugar to my tea or when I add sugar to my cereal, I don't know who still does that, but the idea is it's also in hidden foods, like in juices, in different sauces. So what I'm doing myself is kind of limiting my sugar intake and trying to keep it at 45 grams or less a day. Okay, we talked about food. Food gets really detailed, but those are just high overviews of what I'm doing for the food. Next is sleep. I know it sounds so simple, but for me, I really don't get a lot of sleep. I'm always up and on the move, and I want to make it a priority for myself for the next 30 days to at least get 8 hours of sleep every night. So I'm going to see how that goes. I usually get around 4 to 5 hours, sometimes 6, but I'm going to focus hard on getting 8 hours of sleep every single night. You burn calories when you're sleeping, believe it or not. It gives your body a chance to re-energize so that when you're doing the physical activity, you'll be able to do it wholeheartedly with energy. I'm going to go ahead and just say 8 hours at least. The third thing that I talked about has been physical activity. When I say physical activity, it's not just working out. It's not just going to the gym. First of all, you got to find something that you like to do. If you're not going to find something you like to do, it's not going to last for 30 days, let alone a lifetime. So physical activity should be at least 45 minutes a day. It sounds like a lot, but a lot of TV shows we watch are an hour or so. Some of these things, like I'm going to list for physical activity, I do watching TV during like breaks. Like you can kind of make it fun, but for me, it's going to be 5 days a week. It's going to be 45 minutes a day. Typically, I'll take walks or speed walks or jogs. I find that it energizes me when I jog. It makes me feel like I'm actually doing something. It's getting a little cooler now, so maybe I won't be able to do outside workouts as much. But walking is really easy to do, and when you find that you're walking at a fast pace of 45 minutes, you will sweat. Believe it or not, you will. And you'll feel it the next day too. So just because you're not doing high intensity activity doesn't mean you're not burning calories. Something you might see me wearing is a Fitbit. They have different items that kind of track your steps, see what you're doing. I'd recommend getting one. And some of them can be costly, but they have a lot on the market which aren't too bad. So sometimes you got to find different products that help energize you, get you excited to work out, to get moving. And this just happens to be one of mine. Also with physical activity, you can do simple things in the house. A lot of times when I first started, I'm like, oh, I don't have money to pay for the gym, or I don't have time to go to the gym. Some of these things you don't need a gym for. You don't need anything but 45 minutes in your house. Some easy workouts would be jumping jacks. I actually love those. They get me really tired and I actually sweat. Anyone that knows me knows that I don't sweat easily. And when I do jumping jacks, I sweat. Another one is push-ups. For me, I definitely want to tone on my arms. Push-ups have been around for years and it's because it works. It's really difficult for me to do push-ups on the ground, so for me, I start out doing push-ups against the wall. So do whatever works for you. Start on the wall, maybe end up on the table, or eventually on the floor. You can modify your push-ups to do like the female version. Regardless, the push-ups help for your arms, your upper body, and it also is a high-intensity workout, so something you can do at home and see results. Another workout you can do would be squats. I know people talk about this all the time. You see people on Instagram doing it in the gym with the heavy weights. I haven't gotten that advanced, but squats in the house, doing it repeatedly, maybe in sets, you will feel the burn and you will lose some calories. So that's something else that you can do are the squats. And also jump rope. I bought a jump rope from Dick's Sporting Goods, maybe about $10, and it's cute, it's pink. Physical activity, you can do jumping rope. You can do that right in the house while you're watching TV. Jumping rope burns a lot of calories. It's very easy to do. It's cheap to buy the rope itself. You sweat a lot and it's an effective workout. And last but not least, burpees. So I haven't really done them yet. I see them all the time when I'm searching fitness hashtags, things like that on Instagram. Basically, you start in a squat, you hit the ground, you pop up and squat again and do it all over. Like, it's really intensive and I hear it gets the job done. Those are things I'm going to add into my 30 days of a better me physical activity. So basically, the last thing is water. Of course, you have recommended glasses, 8 a day. A glass is considered a cup. And there's 8 ounces of water in a cup. You can just Google all this basic information, but that's about 64 ounces of water a day. Some people recommend half your body weight in ounces, but for me, I just want to do the recommended because I barely drink water anyway. Drinking water is really important because it helps flushes your body. It helps you stay regular, which is really important in weight loss. And it's just good for your body overall. So those are my 4 things that I'm doing. Again, it's watching my food, it's watching my water, getting sleep, and being physical at least 5 days a week. Some hints that I find helpful to stay successful and on track is that you're not going to be perfect. Expect to maybe have a slip up. It's just that you don't want to use that as an excuse to continue to do bad. You just want to act like it didn't happen and keep going. For me, I'm realistic. I know I'm going to homecoming events with a friend sometime this month, and I know I'm not going to be a bed into this diet. I might stick to it somewhat, but I know it's not going to be as strict as if I'm not away having fun. So I'm going to pre-plan a cheat weekends, but I'm not going to overdo it. So being realistic is a hint. That way you can be real with yourself and kind of work this into a lifestyle. This is just introducing you and kind of making you aware that you're trying to do better for at least the next 30 days. Another hint that I have is food prep. Some things that I do for food prep is to pre-write out my meals. I kind of take pictures of all the things I buy, so when I go into shopping, you know, doing it again, I can just grab it. And then also, I wanted to share with you the protein that I'm eating. This is vanilla protein. I got it from Walmart. You can even look up different coupons for this protein. I'll put the info in the box, but I just mix it with almond milk. Sometimes I add vegetables in, sometimes I don't. Anyway, it tastes like a milkshake and I love it. One scoop equals quite a bit of protein actually. It's less than 10 grams of sugar. It's only 2 grams of sugar and the protein is 20 grams in one scoop. So that's a quarter of what my daily intake should be just from one shake. You can even replace it for meals. I drink them a lot in the morning. This is my favorite, sweet potatoes. Sometimes I can't get the sweet potatoes, peel them, cut them up, but I love eating baked potatoes that are sweet potatoes. So this is something else that I like a lot. These are my go-tos, my morning stars. I love the black bean burgers. This is something new I was trying, a grilled burger. I'm not really into it, but it tastes decent. I'm not going to waste the box. They're kind of costly, but I'm a really lazy person. I'm trying to do better about that, but I'm also finding things that work for me. So protein shake, veggie burger in a microwave. I do like canned fruit. Sometimes you gotta be careful not to pick up the ones in heavy syrup, but the ones in water. I like fresh fruit. I like sugar-free jellos, like the little jellos for sweet tooth, because I'm into sugar and I have to find things that kind of keep me focused and not off task. So I eat a lot of puddings that are fat-free or sugar-free. Something else that I like a lot is the cream of wheat. This has high fiber and I eat it like a cereal. A lot of people are like, what's porridge? This is what I use. This is what I'm talking about when I say porridge. So I'll eat this in the morning, put some soy milk, some water in it, something quick. I can keep it at my desk, eat it in a cup at work, or oatmeal. I'm over oatmeal. I've been doing oatmeal for like 8 months. So I'm totally over oatmeal and I'm trying something new with the wheat, cream of wheat. So don't mean to be rushed, but I know this is, you know, end of my video. I wanted to let you guys know you can follow me on Instagram, which is Chrissy the Doll. You can find me on my blog, which is crystalchanel.com. And of course, you can email me, which is info@crystalchanel.com. I'm just here for support. I can't say this is going to work for you. It's really trial and error. You can take some things that I've mentioned, you know, put some other things in. Just do what works for you. At the end of the day, weight loss is personal. Of course, we all want to look good in a new pair of skinny jeans. But for me, it's about my health. It's about being borderline diabetic. It's about not developing heart disease, because as African-American female, we are #1 to develop it. I mean, I just want to live a healthy life for my daughter and for the other loved ones in my family. And also, I don't know, it's just my way of doing my part for me to be here longer, if that makes sense. So weight loss is personal. Do what works for you. And as always, I want to thank you for your support. And if you have any questions, comment below. And use the hashtag BetterMe30days on Instagram. That way we can kind of keep track of all the posts. And I want to thank you for joining in. And it's not really a challenge. It's just what I'm doing for the 30 days. And I challenge you guys to do it. And, you know, that's it. Just good luck.